have a good story today. Stanley's little sister. What's that all about, right? Stanley knew he wasn't supposed to chase the cat, but this was Stanley's house. It wasn't supposed to have a cat. And who invited that cat to live here anyway? Well, Stanley's people, that's who. They came home with the cat, and that was that. Nobody asked me, thought Stanley. But he knew he was supposed to be a good dog. So he trotted over and he gave the cat a great big friendly sniff. Thwack went the cat's paw right across his nose. Oh no, yelped Stanley. Hey, no fair. He turned to his people. He let out a pitiful whine. They weren't even looking his way. Wait, somebody has to explain things to the cat. Come on, explained Stanley. And there, right in front of his nose, the cat puffed up. She rose to her toes and she swelled into a huge, hissy hairball. And then she ran. Stanley knew he wasn't supposed to chase her. He tried to stop himself. Yes, he did, but he couldn't help it. Oh, the cat was screeching, and Stanley couldn't believe how fast she climbed the curtain. Stanley, yelled his people, leave the cat alone. Oh no, thought Stanley as they dragged him into the bathroom and shut the door. I was just trying to make friends. Luckily, he had some real friends in the dog park, Alice and Nutsy and Jack. I tried to be nice, Stanley told them, and she started it. I know what you mean, said Jack. My people blame me for everything. We've got a new hamster, said Alice. Oh, it was so rough. Little Nutsy had an idea. You're awfully big, she told Stanley. Maybe if you weren't so big. So Stanley decided he would be smaller. He lay flat on his belly and he crawled up to the cat. Hi there, said Stanley. And the cat went hiss. She doesn't understand dog thought Stanley. His people didn't understand it either, and it led to all kinds of problems. A lick is nice, thought Stanley. Everyone likes a lick. He sat up and he gave her a big wet one. Screech, howled the cat as she shot down the hall. Stanley tried not to chase her, but something came over him. This time he ended up in the laundry room. The next day, Stanley was surprised to see a new dish of food on the floor. Yum, thought Stanley. I don't mind if I do. And the cat went hiss again. Stanley, said his people, leave Fluffy's food alone. Oh, thought Stanley as they hauled him into the furnace room. Nobody told me that it was Fluffy's food. And then there was a problem with the couch. When his people sat on the couch, the cat sat on their laps. Stanley wondered why he never got to sit on people's laps. So he decided to give it a try. Oh, for heaven's sake, Stanley, get off, his people said. Stanley had to go back on the floor. He was lying there when the cat scampered down. I won't chase her, Stanley said to himself. I won't. This time for sure. But he did. He chased her, and that night he slept on the porch. She hates me, said Stanley to his friends. She doesn't hate you, said Alice. She just doesn't know you. Maybe she could be your little sister. I don't want a little sister, said Stanley. Maybe you should just stop chasing her. Oh, the dogs all let out huge sighs. They knew how hard it was not to chase. Stanley decided to give it one last try. He gathered up his favorite toys. Hey, you, he said, pushing his nose under the couch where the cat was hiding. Want to play? Want to play with my toys? Of course, he said it in dog talk, and of course, she didn't understand. And neither did his people. Stanley, leave the cat alone. Stanley flopped down on the carpet. That's it. I can't do anything right. I give up. He lay there perfectly still for a long time. So long he almost fell asleep. And when he heard rustling under the couch, he didn't move. And when he heard the cat padding around, he still didn't move. He didn't move when she rubbed up against him. And then an amazing thing happened. The cat lay down. right beside Stanley. She closed her eyes. She made a soft cat sound. It was almost like a growl, but different. Purr, said the cat. Stanley didn't know cat talk, but he thought he understood. She likes me, thought Stanley. She really likes me. He stayed still and quiet except for one little sound. Purr, said Stanley. After a while, he heard his people come in, and they saw Stanley and his little sister lying together. "Aw," they said, and they quietly tiptoed away. Stanley fell asleep, and so did the cat, and that was that. Oh, what a sweet story. Sweet, 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 very sweet. All right, so today, yesterday actually, I was walking, and I ran into a good friend. His name is Bruce. He was with his brother Max and his mom Dee and his father John, and they were talking about roosters and owls and bald eagles. And I said that they should be looking out for bald eagles. I was thinking maybe we're going to sing a little something to Bruce, and maybe he'll remember about that bald eagle. All right, let's give it a try. We have to figure out what kind of cake would be good. Now, Bruce said he likes chocolate. Max, let's see. I have Bruce and Max. Yeah, they do always like chocolate. You're right. Jude and Zoe and Patrick and Teddy. Yeah, and Martha and Clara and Molly and Alice. These are all chocolate. And Jolene, yes, Jolene. And who else? Graham, Audrey, and Lila, and their cousin Harry from Roosevelt Island. Okay, and Sophia and KJ. That's chocolate. For vanilla, we have Ben and Bee and Bevy and Henry and Riley. Riley, you switched to vanilla. You really wanted vanilla? Okay, vanilla you can have, of course. Lucy and Lulu. Actually, I think it might have been Lulu's mom's birthday. Maybe we'll sing to her tomorrow. Okay, I think that's it. Joseph and Christopher and Harris and Maya. Let me count. Okay, I see 15 for chocolate and 12 for vanilla. Okay, you are getting a chocolate cake surprise today for you, dear Bruce. All right. What will we say? Happy Owl Day, because that's what he was looking at. And it was very strange. The owls were awake during the day. Strange, right? All right. Happy Owl Day to you. Happy Owl Day to you. Happy Owl Day, dear Bruce. Happy Owl Day to you. Okay. Thank you, Oberon. Oh, and Aaron. Aaron and Oberon get along very, very well. Very well. Eventually Stanley and his cat did too. And of course, thank you, cameraman Dan. And remember, everyone, I love you. I love you all very much.